What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode, I think we're on 22 of One Podcast for Nerds, the
Oh
not
yeah.
so much video game podcast anymore. Um, yeah, with me today, obviously, is Nolan,
Hey, what's up?
Austin,
How's it going?
and Bones is here, but he's doing stuff in the background, so we thank him for his services.
Thank you,
He's awesome.
Bones.
Yeah,
Love
so it's going to be an interesting episode. We're kind of going to do what we did last time, where we're just going to kind of chat about what's going on in the week. Not so much, we're not going to be so video game heavy this episode, but there are a few, well, there's at least a video game thing I totally want to talk about, and I think it's funny, and we should all address it.
And
No
what
beer
is that,
today.
Andrew?
No beer today. I got to drink coffee. So yeah, I don't know if anyone's like been on Twitter and or the internet in general, but so Pokemon did their live stream Wednesday this week, and they showed a lot of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, along with a bunch of other crap I don't care about. But they showed a ton of wicked footage of Pokemon Legend of Arceus, and I think it's hilarious how people are raging about how, like, basically there's comments going around that how the Switch is holding it back and not making it look at its full potential. And so basically what people wanted was like a Skyrim realistic graphic version of Pokemon.
Yeah, but see, that was never going to happen in the first place.
Hell no.
Pokemon, everybody.
Pokemon like that?
No. So everybody always forgets that Pokemon has always been like behind. Like if you look back at some of the games for the Game Boy Advanced back in like Ruby and Sapphire era, fucking Diamond and Pearl era, right? Those games, they were pretty lackluster graphics wise compared to the other ones, right? And then if you go from like, for example, Sword and Shield to like Legend of Zelda, fucking Breath of the Wild. Yeah, there's going to be some graphics discrepancies, but Pokemon has never been about the graphics. It's about the Pokemon. It's about the game. It's about the fucking the world, right? It's never been about graphics. So it's kind of seems a little like you're just looking to fucking complain at that point.
I think it's just funny because it's also Nintendo. Like, when has Nintendo been like, yeah, graphics? You know what I mean? Like,
It's true.
But even the Pokemon cartoons are the same. They're not on nearly the same realism as the other cartoons.
yeah, I don't know, man. It's just a useless fight that I think people are bringing onto the internet. Like, it doesn't do anything or prove anything for anybody. Like, I mean, it's Pokemon, yeah. Like, Austin's right. Like, there has never ever been a version of Pokemon that I've even thought about being with realistic graphics. Like, that's not what Pokemon's about, and so it's never even dawned on me that they'd ever do something like that. If they were to do something cool with Pokemon, it'd be to would be to like put all the worlds into one game, or doing like a Pokemon like MMORPG like on console or something like that. Like, that'd be really cool. And I think that'd be way more doable than having a Pokemon game that has realistic graphics, or realistic and more like doable.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I wouldn't appreciate like a hyper graphics Pokemon, right? Or even like a very complex one like Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild isn't hyper graphics, right? It's cell shaded and it's does exactly what it wants to do with that.
Yeah.
Right? But I can understand why they're upset, because they built it up in their mind as this like, this is what Pokemon was always meant to be, right? And they did it like we always do this to ourselves, right? We always sit there like we prop up these games up to be like the fucking end all be all of every single thing ever, and then it gets here and then we're like, oh, what the fuck, this isn't exactly how I imagined it in my head. Like, we need to give our heads a shake here, guys.
Yeah, it's not like, and that's like rule number one, is you should never do that with video games, man. Like, you should never hype it up enough in your mind where it's something where you think it's going to be better than what you could perceive or even believe it to be. So yeah, a poor move on all of them. I don't know, man. It's unfortunate people feel that way, but that's just not, yeah, that's not what you're gonna get, right? So it's what you get for Pokemon. I'm super excited. I don't know. Oh, excuse me, man. I burp even with coffee. Did you guys watch any of you watch the trailer that they released for it on Wednesday?
No, I didn't watch it on Wednesday, but I did see it earlier.
Fuck man,
No, not I.
It looks honestly, when you say Breath of the Wild, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I look at that game. Is that
It's
it's just Breath of the Wild, but
perfect.
Pokemon.
Like it's exactly what I imagined it to be.
It's exactly what it should be for sure. Like, and I'm super excited. My favorite bit was there's this part where like you're playing as a trainer and there's like a Butterfree and you're going through some tall grass and then you take a huge dive. So she like dive and roll forward and you throw a Pokeball just cuz, right? Like you can just do that. You don't have to encounter it or anything like that. And then when you want to get into a fight, you throw your own Pokemon out and then you get into a fight and stuff. It just looks cool. I'm super excited. I already pre-ordered it for January, so I'm super excited about that too. Yeah. My partner Victoria, she's really into it. She's super excited for it too. So I told her she can't play it though until I finish it. So it's on her. She can go buy her own
Sucks to
Switch.
suck. Sucks to suck.
Yeah, she gotta go buy her own Switch. It's the conversation we've had. But no, I'm super excited. I'm hyped for it. Yeah.
We just need to give our
Uh
heads a shake here. Like, there's no
yeah.
reason that it should ever be like
Twitter
people
has
should
never
ever
been
think that.
Twitter has not been so active up until like I mean like I'm on I shouldn't say that. It's always active, but for me personally, like I'll pop on and off a lot. Actually, I've been using Twitter more than I use like Instagram at the moment. But like it's hilarious the amount of shit that's happening this week that everyone's like losing their shit over. And I think we actually even talked about it in Music Behind the Games if anyone's gonna listen to that before or after this, I'm not really sure. But um yeah, like there's the whole OnlyFans thing kicking around on Twitter, and everyone's like losing their shit about, which is hilarious. There's this. There's that streamer that bought a $3 million house that's supposedly a socialist, and everyone's like losing their shit about this guy too. And I just, oh my god, man, I like we all need to give our head a shake about the things we need to complain about online.
Oh, it's my favorite thing to do though.
Absolutely.
Is I'll log on to Twitter and like just go to the controversy kind of page and just sit there, open up a bag of chips or popcorn, whatever I have with me at the time, and just watch people just fucking
Lose
just
it.
lose it at each other. It is awesome. It's more entertaining than going to a boxing match.
Fuck, man, it's so funny. But
Maybe I'll need to get Twitter again.
it's fun to just watch people blow so much shit out of proportion. Just so much shit out of proportion is ridiculous. Sorry everyone. I'm looking to buy a staff and I don't know what one to buy. So we've all been watching one of the good series, one of the best series out there. And that series is Ted Lasso. It's one thing
Yeah.
I thought we would talk about. I think we've all watched most of season 2 of what's out. I haven't watched the 5th episode yet, but I know
I haven't watched the 5th episode out yet either, but
yeah.
I have some opinions about this new season, and I'm not like a blind follower of this stuff either, because like I said, I absolutely loved the first season. I thought it was a breath of fresh air that considered from most TV shows out right now. And so
Yeah.
those who don't know about Ted Lasso, the basic premise is, and it's a very basic premise, right? Is an American football coach gets hired on to coach an English football team, right? And then one of the cool things about it is like everybody's just sitting there beating him down. And usually when you're an overly positive person, right, the world will beat it out of you and you're broken by the end of it. But through his own kind of like charm and everything like that, he kind of wins over the people around him. And it was just a breath of fresh air. Like it's just nice to see good things happening to good people. The second season, doesn't seem like, unless they're building up to something with the sponsors and everything like that, Andrew, I just don't see, there's just no like antagonist. It's just likes people being nice to each other. And don't get me wrong, that's what I liked about the first season, but at least there was some sort of opposition to go against.
Nolan froze, which is hilarious to watch. Anyways, I think honestly there is no antagonist, but it is to me exactly what last season was. Like it's more or less the same. So I don't expect the formula to change too much in the second season. I actually kind of like the heartfelt moments and all that. Like I understand that there's no like real like so much inner controversy. Well, I shouldn't say that. There is some controversy with the players themselves, like towards like the fourth season or fourth episode, sorry, where like things happen and controversy kind of builds up towards them, and then it's something that they have to work with. But he's not in no way is it like an antagonist of any kind. So I don't mind it for what it is right now. It's just kind of, I don't know, chilled out bullshit food to eat, and I'm really okay with it. I was actually going to point out something real quick is that so I haven't watched I have not watched episode 5, but in episode 5, and this isn't a spoiler, it's just funny. If I can make this picture bigger. Sorry, buddy. All right, so in episode 5 is really funny because I don't know if anyone knows, but Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, so creator of Always Sunny, they bought a football team together. They bought the Wrexham AFC club, and I guess what happened is in episode 5 there's a light reference to them buying this club, and Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney wrote a letter to Disney, to Apple TV, saying it has come to our. This is a quote from the letter. It has come to our attention that in the recent episode of Ted Lasso, our very real ownership of Wexham AFC was called into question by an otherwise beloved character named Higgins. While we hold the incomparable Jeremy Swift in no ill regard and are honored to be mentioned in the platform that's brought us high quality programming ranging from Magic Quest season 1 to, Mythic Quest to season 1 to Mythic Quest season 2, we must insist that you cease and desist from the casting of any doubt regarding our commitment to the club, the fans, and the entire Wexham community. To avoid legal action, please send 2 large boxes of Ted Lasso's biscuits to the race course grounds, Mold Road, where the location of that United Kingdom, before the Wrexham AFC season begins Saturday, August 21st at 3 p.m. And what's even awesome about that is that Disney Plus replied saying that the biscuits are on their way.
Nice.
So that was a nice little. I mean, it's good publicity for them because they're making their own TV show for owning that, right? The football group club. So I think it'll be super interesting to see how that turns out. Nolan, your thoughts on Ted Lasso?
I love that show. I missed everything you just said because my laptop kicked me out.
Well, that's what happens
You
when.
sound like you were reading a statement there.
Yeah. I was saying how Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney bought a football club together, and I guess Higgins from Ted Lasso was casting doubt on 2 Hollywood stars owning a football club, and so
you get
they wrote
that.
it.
You get so much stuff like that. LeBron James owns a soccer team,
but it was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a joke in the TV show, and then the cease and desist order was also a joke. It was just, it was all in good fun.
No, I love that show.
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
I think it's awesome. I'm super happy with it. I'm super excited to continue watching it. I think there's only going to be about 3 episodes left after this week, so I think it's only 8 episodes.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah, it is really good. But yeah, no, it's a good show. I feel like this is gonna be a short episode, everybody. Super sorry on that behalf, but this is where I am. Another TV show I think we should talk about, because this is a nerdy podcast, and Ted Lasso is good and all, but it's not. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's nerdy too. To football nerds and TV nerds. What If? Disney's What If came out not this week, last week. The first episode came out with and if no one's watched it, spoilers alert going ahead, so sorry. But it's if Peggy Carter was Captain America, but Captain Britain, I guess, would be a better apt description of it. I thought it was hilarious when they pimped her out in a complete British flag, though. I wasn't expecting her to be an American flag. It was just funny. But
did she look like Ginger Spice?
Probably. I think that's a pretty fair comparison, actually.
She was famous for wearing the flag.
Yeah. So, did you guys watch the? It sounds like Nolan, you haven't seen it, but
I don't have Disney Plus right now.
don't know what's wrong with you. It's so cheap. It's only $100 a year.
I know. I got other things I need to pay for, like lawyer.
Yeah, those are
That's
expensive.
true.
Austin, did you watch it? What did you think?
The Peggy Carter one. I'll say the same thing I said to my buddy at work today. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really cool thing. But once the novelty of seeing like it, like all the Captain America stuff as Peggy Carter went away, it was just like the normal. It was essentially the same plot as the first Avenger.
Yeah.
Right? So that was a bit of a letdown. I wanted to see a little more, especially since it's like, hey, there's so much more stuff they could have done.
Well, yeah, you would expect a completely different direction to go.
Exactly, right? But at the same time, that's just like fucking picking at straws here. Like it doesn't really matter. I did much prefer the T'Challa episode 2 to Black Panther as what's his name? Black Panther as fucking Star-Lord. I thought that was pretty dope.
I haven't watched that one yet, but we can talk about it. It's fine because I'm gonna watch it probably next week. I'll probably forget. I'll probably forget this whole conversation.
What they did there is they made a whole completely different like story. Right? Like so I don't want to get too much into spoilers. Just because I think that'd be kind of uncool to spoil it for everybody here. But there's characters.
It's pretty also because it's newer too, right? It just came out.
But there's characters in there that completely change. Like having T'Challa as Star-Lord. It's funny to see how incompetent Peter Quill really was.
Oh yeah, he was a bumbling fool.
Yeah, he was immature.
No, it's just like when you watch it, Andrew, you'll understand what I mean. T'Challa is a better Star-Lord in every single way.
Because T'Challa is a better character.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
But it was just the whole situation. It was funny to me because it's just like if Black Panther had have actually been taken instead of Peter Quill, it would have been awesome. Right? Like the world would have been much better off.
Well, I was just gonna say, just to go back onto the Peggy Carter episode because it's the only one I've watched. I didn't mind it. It was good. It was entertaining. I hate a little bit how the story plot went, and not that like it was the exact same. Like, well, it wasn't the exact same because like there was a big ass space tentacle involved, but just that like it happened so fast and so. And I know it's a cartoon, so no one come at me about it, but so unrealistically, like it just everything happened so quickly. Like, and I understand it's like a 30-minute show and they're trying to like basically plunge like a whole fucking hour, 2-hour movie into like 30 minutes, which is fine, but it just felt rushed and like hard to enjoy.
Yeah. Get less of that in the second episode. I know exactly what you're talking about there. I felt the exact same way.
And also how she became Captain America was just it was completely unrealistic, I think.
Like, what do you mean?
Just like how it was just like, oh, we're only get one shot at this, and then she just like jumps into the machine and all happens and stuff. Like, I don't know, I just didn't feel like that it's something that would have really happened. Like, you know, in that scenario, especially it's like something in the 50s when you have like a bunch of old men involved, they would have just canceled that in real life. And like, fuck it. And
you know, it's a comic book show. It doesn't need to be perfect.
No, I just would have preferred if she just beat the shit out of her, like all the old people, and just took the serums herself. You know what I mean? Like, if none of them were
but then
involved.
she's a thief.
Now it's even better. Now we have a whole extra layer of what if now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to be honest, Captain America became like in the MCU, he becomes a fugitive anyways.
Yeah, but for right reasons, for liberty.
Are you saying Peggy Carter being the only best choice to become Captain? I didn't say kill. I didn't say kill.
You said
I said beat the shit out of. I said beat up. I didn't imply kill. Look, man, I don't know where you're at, but I don't believe in beating up old people, killing old people. or beating up old people. Unless they're from like the 1950s and hella sexist, then maybe they do need a little smacking around. But yeah,
I don't know, man.
this is a weird place to stop, though. It's a
Seems
weird
like
place to have like a
it,
silent
it,
moment.
it seems like I feel like I've been set up there.
No, I didn't set you up. I'm not gaslighting you yet.
But no,
The local beagle.
there's a lot of shut up.
Call back.
There's a lot of fucking really good parts. Like I said, it's just unfortunate that the episodes that I've been interested in, I've really been interested. And the episodes that I haven't been, well, I kind of got to wait for that. And that's totally cool.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't want to wait, right?
I don't know. I'm not in a rush to watch these. Like I could probably wait till they're all out and then give it a go. It wasn't as I guess I just don't find it as entertaining as some people would for sure. But I'm not like eager and dying to watch like the next episodes or anything like that.
I have ones I'm looking forward to.
Have they released like a list of all the ones that are coming out? Or
No,
are
but
you
they've
just
sent,
you're just like hoping that
they sent pictures.
oh okay, yeah, no,
Right, so they like there's pictures like and especially from trailers, like there's a one where Ultron has the Infinity Gauntlet. That's pretty fucking dope. There is like the one where Ant-Man is heads in a jar. That's pretty cool. So there's a bunch of just like little stuff that I just think is awesome, and I want to see. Like I want to see the Marvel Zombies one. And I think that's pretty fair. Most people are gonna want to do that. Right? I think that's what really sold the whole idea of it, right?
yeah, we gotta see. I am I'll probably just wait till they're all out, and honestly, like I'll maybe watch them like later, but I'll like I said, I'm not really in a rush to watch all these and anything like that. I've actually been side note, I've been watching all the old Star Treks, like the original series, because I think they're still fucking funny. So I've been enjoying those because I watched the stupid like 2012 movies and stuff like that, like the newer Star Trek movies with Chris Pine and stuff like that.
Those ones aren't actually that bad.
No, but they kind of like the first one's good, the second one's better, surprisingly, which you can't normally say for a sequel. I think the second one's better. The third one though was not good, which sucks because I know I believe that Simon Pegg had a big hand in that one. It wasn't directed by him, but
Definitely wrote a lot of it.
yeah, he wrote that one for sure. Like he wrote a lot of them, and he's a good guy, good actor, and I'm pretty excited for that one.
Yeah, I can't believe you're fucking calling him out like that.
No, I said he's a good person. I don't know. I was just saying he wrote that one.
Unbelievable.
It was badly directed, I think. I think.
Simon Pegg, I wouldn't say that to you. I love you.
Who doesn't like Simon Pegg though? If you don't like Simon Pegg, you shouldn't be listening to this episode or this show. If you don't like him, you can stop listening now. You don't need that. But yeah, I know. I don't know. Have any of you been watching anything interesting for TV or whatever?
I mean, nothing that you guys would actually be interested in, unfortunately.
So a ton of anime.
I don't know, man. Like, there's some really interesting stuff going on in the season, and the like more interesting stuff will be showing up later. I'm pretty excited about. Up until now, like up until then, like there's nothing too crazy going on right now. I mean, like
You're talking about TV in general, though, right?
in general, like TV, video games, anything like that. Like, there's been a couple of good betas. Like, I've really enjoyed the Back for Blood beta that not everybody has, and it's unfortunate because it's actually really fucking good.
I think maybe because people had higher, it's one of those things where people had higher expectations for it. Also, Nolan's having issues with Discord, so I do not know if he'll be back or not.
You might have to just turn his computer back on and off.
Yeah, he might have to restart for sure. We'll see. Yeah, I haven't even thought about playing Back for Blood. Not really. I don't know. I'm kind of zombied out.
Oh man, but it was such a breath of fresh air though, dude. It's so
Yeah,
good.
but I think it's just the fact that zombies are involved now. I'm just a little zombied out. Like I've enjoyed a lot of the zombie movies that were like, or sorry, zombie games that have come out in the last like little while and stuff like that. But it's been nothing. Where'd you go, by the way?
Find a boss. Boss.
Are you fighting Raven? Sorry, we're playing
No.
Diablo 2 Resurrection, so you're getting a little side hustle here.
No, I'm I was his name was like Bishy Boss. He was like a fucking all in
Oh, okay, I'm taking on Raven right now. I don't know if I don't even know if you have this quest. I'm killing her though.
do have that quest. I'm just trying to get I was trying to get XP because you're actually like a couple levels ahead of me.
Couple, I should be a lot more than a couple levels ahead. What fucking level are you? Need some.
Uh
You're 4?
yeah.
I'm 10.
Yeah, see. I was trying to catch up by going through everything, but
Man, she's
you're
fucking
just doing all
hard.
the fucking
Oh, I was just following you around in this game.
But no,
Oh,
like
bug.
so like for example, we were talking about the like Diablo and everything like that. The Diablo beta so far is pretty cool. But just nothing too interesting other than Ted Lasso. Like I said, I've always liked it. I probably will always like it. So
Yeah, I guess all we have to look forward to is like we have all the new Marvel movies are coming out. This most new Marvel movies come out this year. We have like some Visions to look forward to. Star Wars Visions, I think will be pretty sweet.
I'm really excited for that.
And yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. Game wise, I just got Metroid Dread, Advanced Wars, and
Advance Wars.
and oh, fuck. Oh yeah, and the Legend of Zelda Game & Watch that I pre-ordered, I think is all I'm really. I feel like there's another game I've pre-ordered in my life, but I for the life of me cannot remember what the fuck it was, which is the worst because I'm gonna get like a like call being like, "Hey, your game's gonna be ready tomorrow." I'm like, "Oh shit, what did I do?" But yeah, no, I'm pretty excited for all that stuff. Super excited for Metroid Dread. I think that will be a really fun game to play, and I'm really excited. But
Hate myself.
why do you hate yourself?
Sold my fucking Tome of Identity.
Oh, dude, you got a tome?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I went through. I know what I'm doing, so I'm going around buying everything that I can to get
Oh,
my character set up properly.
I haven't gotten a tome yet. I'm fucking level 10. You're level 4. And you got a tome. But anyways,
You can just buy them from Akara.
oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I know what you mean. Sorry, I was thinking something else. Sorry, my brain went somewhere else. This is why I'm having coffee, everybody. Yeah, I have both of those, but I don't have the Tome of Identity because I'm already killed Deckard Cain in my account. Or sorry, I didn't kill him. I found Deckard Cain in my account, so I sold mine. But then I had to buy it again because I'm playing with you. I don't have Deckard Cain anymore since I'm playing on your account. You don't have him.
Mhm.
So I had to get it back again.
Stay a while. Listen.
Yeah, fuck me. Anyway, yeah, I've actually been really enjoying this beta. For anyone who doesn't know, or I don't know, I mean, I'm sure you all do, but yeah, so Diablo 2 Resurrection has an open beta for anyone on console and or PC till the 23rd. I've been playing this game not that hard, but I'm playing it since the 20th. I accidentally deleted my first character because I'm an idiot. So I had to
Paladin,
start over
anyways.
again. Yeah, I was a paladin on that last one. So I had to redo it up. I think we lost Nolan. I think Nolan is gone. Just so
Oh
everyone's
no.
if anyone's wondering, I think he is not coming back. Um Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's not much to look forward to in the latter half this year. But you know what we do have to look forward to is Skynet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at Tesla,
Dum-dum-da-dum.
what do you call it? Like AI Tesla? Is it Tesla AI? I don't remember what the fuck the thing's called. But
Just Tesla, I think. That's
Elon
all I could
Musk.
find on it.
Elon Musk unveiled that he's going to release a Tesla robot that's human-like.
Very human, like
Slender Man looking.
well, I mean, not really, because it's got
Mm.
like the top half is like a dark face, and Slenderman's like this fucking weird gray color.
Wow. So it's a racist robot.
No, it's just this right here. It's ominous because it looks so much like a human,
Yeah.
and then we're getting into kind of like murky waters here. Like, how will it know not to kill us the moment it fucking gets sentience, right? Like,
Just everyone learn how to dodge bullets now and realize that we're all actually in the Matrix. Just do it now. Go jump off buildings and try and make it across. And
don't jump off buildings.
remember you failed the first time. Anyways, but yeah, don't go do that. We don't condone building jumping. Unless you are a professional, what do you call it? Like bungee jumper, whatever they're called. When you
Fucking what?
what are they called when you jump when you
Parkour.
no when you like jump off base jumper. That's what I'm thinking of.
Parkour.
Unless you're a professional base jumper, don't do it. But yeah, no, it's actually just really funny because we were before the podcast. I was going to get into some shit, but I was like, you know what? I'll say it for the podcast. So a couple episodes ago, I was just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go. I really want to watch Blade Runner, like the
Movie.
original one.
Good movie.
And because it's been a while since I watched it, and I was like, and the director's cuts on Netflix and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Sure, yeah, okay, I'll go watch Blade Runner. So I watched Blade Runner and it's all that, and then all of a sudden, like not even like a day later, there's like, oh hey, by the way, like Elon Musk is gonna come up with like a realistic robot, and I'm like, oh my god, like I know what job I'm gonna have in the future. I'm gonna go murder robots.
Yes. You're gonna go murder sentient creatures.
Oh, I'm sorry. Retire robots. I'm gonna go and retire robots.
Yeah.
It's not an execution; it's retirement.
Watching that with my roommate and her boyfriend, and fuck, like she was just cracking jokes the entire time. I'm like, how can you disrespect this?
It's actually really funny. Out of that entire movie, and if anyone's like really bored and want to know how like green screen they did the background, if you watch the last scene, when fuck whatever his name is, the white haired guy, the main antagonist, he's just like, oh okay, it's time to die and whatever, and then he just like dies like on his knees sitting down. Spoilers to anyone who hasn't watched yet. And you actually watch the background, and like literally the entire background is moving, like continuously moving, like it almost looks like it almost looks like he's gonna fall down and move so much. And so you're just like, is he falling down? Like what's going on? So like, I mean, again, it's like 1986, 87 or whatever. It's like I know it's an 80s movie, so don't expect like quality of quality, but it's just funny to watch. Like I love watching those kind of movies because I think trying to be an actor in that when like everything around you is well improvised, don't get me wrong, I'm not like dashing 80 movies here, but while everything was so well improvised, and to like watch how they do things like in the old way is just like it's really amazing. And that's why I thoroughly go back and watch the original Star Treks like all the time, because I think like you know like you're like when you're an adult and like you do something embarrassing and you're just like, oh well, that's embarrassing, like I'm fucking like 30 years old, I shouldn't be doing that. And then I think back to like, oh, what if I was an actor on the original Star Trek series, and you're trying to go through like an asteroid, and how crazy you look, like
So they're
how
going,
crazy,
oh,
yeah, how crazy. So yeah, so like you're on the original Star Trek series, and how crazy you look, like shaking and like moving around with the camera and stuff, like how dumb you probably look doing that. And I think it's just super funny to like watch that and remember that in your life, being like, no matter anything dumb that you do in your life, you'll never look that dumb. I mean, they got paid like tons of money to do that, but still, like, I think if I was ever an actor, that'd be like the one thing I'd like look back on in my life and be like, God, I'm an idiot. Like, God, I look so stupid doing that, and it'd just be so funny, and I laugh at them
yeah,
all the
but
time.
shouldn't like especially if you have that career, you shouldn't be taking yourself too seriously in the first place.
Oh no, you definitely should not. Well, you shouldn't be taking yourself seriously in real life, anyways.
Yeah, I
But
don't
like,
because I'm
but
me.
it's just funny. Like I just like watching it and laughing. I think it's so funny. And also like, man, like watching like the original series compared to like watching like Next Generation. You know what's funny is I'm not even really that huge of a Trekkie, but like I prefer Star Wars over Star Trek. But to like but even to like watch the original series and then you move on to watch like um Next Gen and like Enterprise and uh like D Space Nine and all that, you go in to watch those, and like the stories of every episode compare from the original series to like what they kind of deemed mainstream issues on the newer like series is so weird. Like they were 50-minute episodes for sure and stuff like that, but like the problems they would have and like the way they go around and show it or deal with it and stuff, like it's just so different than what you watch now. Like,
well, I mean, like, so this is gonna go a little deep dive for most of our listeners probably, but remember when they first like detached the saucer from like the bottom half of the Enterprise?
that's on you mean you're talking about the first episode of oh, actually no, I think it was the second half of that episode of Next Gen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
Right? How it was like treated like this big fucking deal, right? Like they're like, holy shit, we survived, we actually did it. And then literally the next episode, they just started off like it's like no big deal. They're like, yeah, we can do it now.
Yeah, it was well, it was when they went to go reattach it together again, like how big of a deal they made it.
The cave here.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you're just running around doing stuff, so I was just running around collecting shit.
That's all I was doing. I was just running around killing things.
Yeah, so I like Next Gen. It's a good. Oh, did you kill the cave already?
Oh, I have not. Have you?
No, I'm in here now. I went left. If you walk in here. But yeah, no, it's a good show. I enjoy it. It's entertaining. The only thing I do have though is the original did something that the new ones, or the original didn't do something that the new ones do, which is like having filler episodes. So episodes that have like nothing to do with the main story or the ongoing problem or whatever it is like on the show. And so it was like every episode, it was more of like, I guess like the 70s and 80s style where it's like instead of the season having a problem, it's more just like every episode there's a problem. And so it's like a quick go and finish situation as opposed to like now it's like, when you watch like Next Generation, like everything just, the whole season there's like an end goal to where you're going to be and stuff. And I kind of think I slightly kind of hate that because when you watch the show, you're just like, I don't care what's going on with Data. Like he's an interesting character. Don't get me wrong. And, Brent Spiner's like kind of a funny dude in some things, but like, it's just weird. And I kind of hate it. And it's kind of annoying. Like, I understand they're trying to like make you closer to those characters and that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just one thing I kind of hate that like newer episodes do that old episodes don't. Except for I think if they think back to it though, I think Enterprise the series didn't do that. I think it was pretty. I think it was
Level.
pretty. Yeah, I don't think they had a ton of filler episodes, but I haven't watched that series in so long, so I honestly couldn't tell you.
So my question is for you, Andrew. Um,
Don't ask me who's the better captain. Is that what you're gonna ask me?
I was gonna ask you who's the better captain.
Yeah.
Fucking Picard.
Yeah, I was gonna say Picard's a better captain for sure. I mean, it has to be because like I don't know, man. Kirk is just horny, and he just wanted to sleep with all the alien girls.
But like, wouldn't you?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're not worried about weird ass like alien STDs, sure. I mean, I guess if you have the opportunity, why not? But I'm honestly kind of yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just not that thirsty in life. So
You just don't have that fucking Kirk gene in you. Eh?
yeah. Well, it's funny because when you even like watch like the the newer movies and stuff like that, yeah, he's kind of he mellows out though, obviously, like later on in the like made for TV movies kind of. But yeah, I don't know. It's just funny. It's funny.
It's
It's a good show.
I wish Nolan was here because I'm sure he would love talking about Star Trek, the original Star Trek.
I don't know if he was ever really a big fan of them. I think he preferred the newer versions. Actually, no, I don't know if he's even huge into Star Trek. Actually, to be honest, I don't know his preferences. I think he might be more of a Star Wars nerd than a Star Trek nerd. And I think Bones hasn't really even like he's watched Star Wars, but he's watched Star Trek, and he's watched Star Wars, but I don't think there's been anything that like he. I think he probably prefers Star Trek over Star Wars. We tried watching Star Wars a while ago, but it didn't really work out so well. But yeah, I think that's kind of all I got. It's actually been like an hour, surprisingly. I didn't know if we were gonna go through this the entire time.
It's already been an hour. Holy shit!
Yeah, man,
But
my lights turned on.
after an hour,
That's how I know. They're timed. It's timed for after sunset. So I got garbage fucking equipment. I'm not gonna lie. For anyone who, if you have a computer compared to console, there are some nice things you can do on console you can't do on computer, but I think I like the computer version more for Diablo. Also, I just ran into another bug. Fuck.
oh, what is it?
Can't drop my items.
Trying to drop items in the first place.
Pardon?
Why are you trying to just drop? Why are you trying to drop items?
Because there's better shit here than what I need. I
got just do what I'm doing. Teleport back and sell it.
I know, but it's not really worth teleporting back for like 3 gold. Also, I have a ton of gold already, anyways.
Yeah, I spent all of it already.
Yeah, I have like 50,000 gold.
Yeah, I'll brag about it.
I will brag about it. I'm fucking rich. I'm a rich sorceress. But yeah, I think that's actually all we got. Sorry, everybody, that we're playing Diablo as we're talking here. It's kind of been a technical difficult episode, given the fact that like everyone either couldn't talk or left or whatever. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there though. Stay tuned for actually, yeah, we got an episode coming out in a couple weeks because we recorded 2 episodes. Yeah, remember you can always support us at Acast supporting system. Yeah, you can find that on description below of every episode, as well as main jams. Find those mugs with great hand feels. It's also in the descriptions below. Discord is in the works. I am actually in the finishing touches, I guess, of getting it up. I'm gonna say if everyone gives me about 2 weeks, I'm gonna make it a public link. It will be in the descriptions below. Stay tuned for that. And I think that's all we have. Austin, anything you want to say in the end? I
love you guys and have a good night.
All right, everyone. Remember, if you have any questions or concerns, you can email us at onepodcastfornerds@gmail.com. That's number 4. We'd love to hear from you. Read your questions out loud on the show. If you have some questions about how funny Star Trek is, or a show that you've watched, like an old show that you're just like, the acting in this is hilarious. I'd love to hear from you guys. Opinions on Ted Lasso is welcomed as well. Or, and we talked about, what are some laws you'd write for robotics, given the fact that we're all going to die in the next like 5 years. So yeah, just let us know. Again, that's onepodcastfornerds@gmail.com, 1 and 4. All right, everybody, have a good one.
It's kind of funny how everybody ended up just getting disconnected.